Welcome to On a Personal Note, Jamaican Television's 14-year-old award-winning personal financial program. I'm Owen James. Now this week in Your Wealth, good news for Jamaican bond prices. Our young investors. The IMF's resident representative to Jamaica says despite Jamaica's indebtedness, its adherence to prudent fiscal measures gives the government fiscal space, and the international market has responded favorably with the island's bond prices coming down. Stay with us. On a personal Jamaica's credible performance under its IMF-backed economic program is buying its fiscal space. Here's Your Wealth. The IMF's resident representative to Jamaica, Dr. Constant Longkeng Nguana, has reinforced the point that execution of credible policies by governments, such as Jamaica is doing, can earn heavily indebted countries like Jamaica fiscal space when clients buy the country's bonds. Dr. Nguana was addressing Sterling Asset Management's early July investor briefing.
And that it itself buy you fiscal space. Because although your debt is high, you'll be paying low interest rate on your borrowing, which means your interest expenditures will go down. And if your interest expenditure go down, that precisely leave you space. That extra saving allow you to spend on things that matter for your economy. And I think that's the trajectory that Jamaica is on. Of course, the debt level is high, but as one of the charts we released recently, one of the charts, the bond yields, Jamaican bond yields have been coming down fairly sharply. So that has provided Jamaica with some fiscal space.
Good news there for Jamaica. President and CEO of Sterling Asset Management, Charles Ross, has opined that despite political risks in Asia, particularly associated with North Korea's resumption of testing of long-range missiles, the impact on the international bonds market has been minimal. Ross not only assessed the threats, but also the opportunities.
Unfortunately, while things are calming down in Europe, the outlook in Asia is getting a little more dicey. Really, it's almost impossible to determine exactly where that scenario is going to lead. And the good thing is that it's not having a tremendous impact on the US equity market or the bond market for that matter. In fact, it's helping bonds because, of course, there's a trend of a flight to quality when political risk or risk in general rises. And so, again, we're seeing treasuries rallying a bit from their recent lows. In the local economy, we've seen currency appreciation for most of this quarter, although there was a bit of a sell-off initially. Very difficult to see where that's going to go. We have a new trading regime which the Bank of Jamaica will be introducing shortly, and I guess the market has to work out what the impact of that will be. However, for those looking to medium to long-term investments, there's still very good opportunities in the US dollar space. And the good thing about it is that you don't really have to worry about what's happening to the value of your principal. There are also interesting developments with commodity prices. Commodity prices have been a bit more volatile than the stock market. Oil prices in particular have been up and down in the course of the last few weeks. This provides investment opportunities for those who are more adventurous because, of course, when oil prices fall, the prices of securities related to energy, the energy sector, tend to fall. Bond prices fall, yields go up, the oil prices go back up, and the bond prices go back up. So there certainly are trading opportunities or opportunities for the nimble investor to get securities at attractive yields.
Sterling's Assistant Vice President, Pensions and Portfolio Investments, Yannick Leiber-Ebanks, says the firm has access to highly credible information for its clients. There's also promise of a novel pensions plan.
We provide active monitoring of your assets. We'll put an alert for you and tell you if the price has gone up or gone down, and you can make your decisions, that kind of thing. We look out for you. We have 3 Bloombergs. If I ever tell you how much it costs to rent a Bloomberg is like the internet of finance. So you get all this information, but it's extremely pricey. It's a few thousand US a month to rent one. So, and we have 3. So you can imagine. So we have access to the best information, and we pass that on to our clients. In terms of short-term investments, we have repos and we have the Sterling promissory note. In terms of additional services, we actually execute US equity trades for those who are interested. We have cambio services, also another convenience. And of course, the newest item is that we're now a licensed investment manager. So you can look out. That's actually my responsibility. We're going to be coming out with a slew of pension products. So you can just keep me to my word, and anybody who is thinking of keeping the value of their investments up, you can talk to us. Now, in terms of track record, right? If you look, that's a Sterling Mutual Fund, and it has actually increased 5-fold, right, from inception in 2003. So if you had 100,000 US, it would now be 555,329 in 2017, as at June 30th. So as you can see, I mean, that's what, 12.95, and this is the average return each year, right? So you know that we know what we're doing and we have the proof. No, I remember I mentioned that we were bond people, but why bonds? You know, a lot of people, they think that equities are a lot sexier. And I know, sir, definitely there's somebody in here who only invests in equities. Right, Daddy, you're not going to say it. But bonds, no. Bonds, there's a lot to recommend with bonds because they provide predictable income. Anybody who has their expenses and you know how much you have to find each month knows the value of knowing how much they're going to get. In terms of capital appreciation, I'll speak about that later. And if you come to Sterling, we have the lowest spreads. What does that mean? It simply means that you can get the bond cheaper through us than anywhere else. That's what it means.
Sterling Asset Management's Yannick Leiber-Ebanks there promoting some of the investments opportunities offered by her company. That's your wealth. Our 2017